But they have pulled 2 toddlers from a pool and taken them to Children's Hospital. Now, we're told it happened at this home on Fox Lonis Road right around 10 a.m.
You look across the street at the home, and there are some cars around, and now there's what appears to be some kind of detective or deputy out and about talking on the cell phone here. I am told that the pool is actually behind the gate that you see there. There's a wooded gate in the distance. The pool's actually there.
A little girl has died. Her twin brother now on life support after the toddlers were found in the deep end of their babysitter's pool. The house registered as an in-home daycare. Investigators say the babysitter lost sight of the twins when another child arrived around 10 o'clock this morning. She found them in the pool, and crews started CPR before an ambulance took the twins to Children's Hospital. The little girl passed away, but the boy is in critical condition. The Department of Children's Services now investigating this case. Here's a photo of the twins. They're almost 2 years old, 1 boy and 1 girl. Investigators say the babysitter noticed that the toddlers were missing yesterday morning after a 3rd child arrived at the in-home daycare. Sobering news just 3 days after twin toddlers were pulled from their babysitter's pool. The surviving boy died this afternoon. The pain is torturous for first responders and visibly affecting people who were at the scene. Amanda Ferguson shows us raw moments from Friday morning.
When twin toddlers were found in the deep end of a pool Friday morning, the pain was visibly agonizing for people at the home and for first responders who were called to help.
It's not a call you ever want to hear. You don't want to hear it going out.
That's how Lieutenant Zach Tyree with the Knoxville Rescue Squad describes all drownings. But when it happens to a child,
it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for us to have to go through it.
When the call went out to officials about the twins, Jeff Bagwell sent his rural metro fire crews to the scene. Then he sent them to counselors.
I've got to get away, take some time and really just talk it out.
The little girl and her twin brother died.
Those kind of calls are the ones that, quite honestly, you don't forget, ever.
A pain that will never leave the people involved. In Knoxville, Amanda Ferguson, WVLT News.
The twins' father says the little boy is still alive tonight on life support. He says he's not sure why Children's Hospital reported that Elijah passed away yesterday. Here's Brittany Tarwater with this developing story.
East Tennessee Children's Hospital tells us the little girl died that night. The boy, they say, died Sunday afternoon. But the family tells us that's wrong. Their little boy is still alive and on life support. Dad Enrique spoke with us on the phone Sunday night. He said there was a scare at one point, suggesting that's where the miscommunication came from. He also told us, "We have plans for the good and the bad news, but my son is alive. I just walked out of my son's room. He is on life support. I was just playing with his hair and put his stuffed animal right next to him." Children's is no longer releasing updates, citing confidentiality laws.
The second twin pulled from the babysitter's pool has passed away. His family shared the news just this afternoon.
The twins' mother, Amelia Weand, writes, to prevent another family from suffering this immeasurable pain, today Elijah became a superhero. He donated his organs to save others' lives. The nearly 2-year-old toddlers were pulled from their babysitter's pool on Friday. Alyssa died that day. Then Children's Hospital reported Elijah died on Sunday. But late Sunday night, I spoke with the twins' father. He told me his son was still alive and on life support. He wasn't sure why Children's Hospital reported otherwise. Today, the family released a statement confirming Elijah has now passed.
For days, we followed the Knoxville family's unimaginable story of pain. Twin toddlers die after falling into their babysitter's pool.
But tonight, mom and dad decide tragedy will not define their children. They were gracious enough to meet with me and share the real stories of their twins. They're also addressing feelings of anger and confusion about how this could have happened and whether they saw red flags with the babysitter who has now come under fire.
They were masters of mischief.
And this is an example of them being mischievous. There's a little box where their toys go. And
the toys are not in it.
No, they are.
They were partners in crime.
They climbed out of the crib together. They destroyed their room together, poured powder everywhere, diapers, wipes.
They very much understood each other and co-conspired in their shenanigans together.
And they were more than the tragedy that took them.
Alyssa was really Daddy's princess. Elijah was definitely more of Mama's boy.
Very much so.
They were both just perfect. Just perfect.
A perfect family torn apart on Friday.
It was the worst day that I will ever have in my life.
All I heard was, they're in the pool, get here as soon as you can.
I got there and I ran to the back and they were working on the babies on the ground.
I begged him and I said, bring my daughter back, please. And he didn't hesitate. He went right back in there and worked. And you could tell he
wanted to save her.
He did.
Nothing could save Alyssa or Elijah. Both drowned in their babysitter's Knoxville pool.
There's definite anger, but I'm trying to push that really far back because I don't want to be angry.
Were there any red flags for you guys ever?
I think as parents, you try to do the best possible to try to investigate where your kids are going to go to daycare.
It doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter what the reasons are because none of it will change anything. No matter what reason this happened or that happened, nothing's going to bring my babies back.
This is all that Mom and Dad have left. Little moments caught on camera.
This is their first Halloween. This probably made my day that day, more than likely. That smile obviously is beautiful.
And stories that will never slip away.
She would crawl into my jewelry box and take every piece of jewelry out. And I mean, she'd have bracelets, up her arms. If you tried to give him a girl sippy cup, he
Did not have that.
No,
Did not.
he did not. He knew the difference between boys and girls right away.
Before Elijah passed away, his parents donated his organs and gave life to other children.
He's hopefully saved at least 3, if not 4 people's lives, more than some of us will ever do in our lives.
He is a hero.
He'll be our little hero.
They are a blessing.
They were definitely a light. They brought happiness everywhere.
They are more than just a tragedy.
It's my little girl again.
This has probably been the greatest 23 months of our lives, so it's been great.
We talk about what's pulling them through. They say East Tennesseans, who have raised nearly $34,000 for them through a GoFundMe page, is really helping. They say, yes, the money will help with hospital bills, but really the most valuable part about that effort are the messages of support and love that people, complete strangers, are leaving on that site. Amelia says she goes not to look at the number, but to read the messages.
As a mother, you love your children, but when other people love your children, it makes you feel even better to know that it was more than just you, that the community loved them just as much.
And I think they're seeing that, especially tonight. Friends and family also showed up at the Alliance Brewery for Pint Night. We're told they raised well over $1,000 for the family.
WVLT is learning new details about the babysitter taking care of the twin toddlers. We found out she doesn't have custody of her own children. State officials have investigated several complaints against her business, including accepting pain pills as payment for child care. Plus, she's been arrested in Tennessee and Florida. Brittany Tarwater looks into the long list of complaints and disturbing accusations against Jennifer Sally, the babysitter and owner of the in-home child care center OM Baby.
Files from the Department of Human Services reveal complaints against the in-home child care center OM Baby's owner, Jennifer Sally, started back in January. Someone reported she was watching 8 kids all day. Without a license, state law only allows up to 4 unrelated children in a home for no more than 3 hours. Sally's business license with Knox County expired in 2016. The second complaint was in March. This time it accused Sally of advertising an unlicensed child care facility on care.com. Officials visited that month and they say they heard children and dogs inside. When they knocked, they heard someone turn up the music and heard both adults and children singing, but nobody answered the door. On a follow-up visit in April, officials asked Sally why she was advertising her daycare as state licensed when it wasn't. She told them she applied for a business license but decided against it because of fire codes. In a third complaint to DHS, someone accused Sally of accepting pain pills as payment for child care and that Sally was watching children overnight. When officials visited, they reported a child found in a closed and darkened room. The official could not see anything as the room was completely dark, the complaint reads, adding the room smelled strongly of feces. Officials determined the children were not safe because OM Baby did not meet minimum standards for health, safety, and welfare. In May, DHS served Sally with paperwork with an order to stop any kind of child care without a license. Sally signed that order. DHS said it had not received any more complaints about her since she was served those papers. On Friday, they said she was still in compliance with the order because she did not have more than 4 unrelated children under her care.
Last fall, she was arrested in Blount County for altering her license plate. The report says that she put a fake registration ticket on her tag. Now that charge is still pending. In May, DHS visited Sally's home and determined that it was not a safe place for children.
So, Brittany, many might wonder why the state agency didn't remove kids from her care then in that moment.
Well, a spokesperson says the role of DHS actually is not to remove children, rather to prevent unlicensed child care facilities from operating. So DHS did share its concerns with DCS.
On May 17th, DHS came to Sally's home with a court order to stop caring for kids. This is the body camera video from that visit.
Come on out here and talk to us.
I'm good right here.
You want to set some time?
Sure.
We'll go with you.
I didn't invite you in.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't serve paperwork, so.
Okay. That's fine. I'm not inviting you in.
We're serving the restraining order to stop having your illegal child care here.
Okay. I'm allowed to have 4 kids in my care.
You also had 8 last time we were here.
I wasn't here.
It doesn't matter. It's your home.
Okay. Well, I have 4 now, so that's fine.
Okay, so you're going to have a court hearing next Friday.
Okay. Is that on the 25th?
It is.
I will not be able to be there. I have surgery.
So do I need to get her information?
Yes. Well, I guess you'll need to let the court know.
Okay.
Okay. This is the paperwork that we're serving you.
Okay.
Restraining order to stop operating illegal.
Okay. 4 is not illegal.
No.
So if I have 4, I'm good.
Right, but you haven't had 4. You had more than 4.
One time you came and I had more than 4, and I had someone here with me, and we were having a party, and I can have a party in my home. So, anything else?
Yeah, I need to get your information whenever she's done.
She should have it. Thank you.
We need your ID. Well, I need it, so.
You can get it from her.
I can get it from you. Getting it from you.
Okay, my name is Jennifer Sally.
Okay.
As you know.
I do not know. That's why I'm asking you.
Lose your attitude. We're not here for anything. You're not going to get an attitude with us. You're the one doing something. You're getting served with paperwork. We need your information for a report.
I just gave him my name. What else do you need?
I need all of your information.
When the twins were at Jennifer Sally's home on Friday morning, state officials say her own 2 children were in the custody of other family members.
Tim and Barbara Sally say their daughter adopted 2 sons in the state of Florida. Court documents state that when Florida terminated adoption assistance payments, the respondent, Jennifer Sally, left both boys with the petitioners, the grandparents, Tim and Barbara Sally. Both children lived with the grandparents until July of 2013, when in court documents it is stated that she began receiving adoption assistance again. In the court petition, the grandparents say they took one of the boys to the doctor. After an examination, the doctor had concerns and reported this incident to Child Protective Services. The documents from court also say the petitioners have been supportive of the respondent's role as mother to the boys. It was their sincere hope that she would mature into the role upon getting her own life together, and they have supported her both physically and financially in that effort.
In response to those allegations, several of Sally's friends and former employers wrote letters to the court on her behalf, and they call those claims absurd.
A week ago, the 2 twins were pulled from their babysitter's backyard pool. WVLT News uncovered that Jennifer Sally has been investigated by state officials, even told to stop operating an illegal daycare. If you send your kids to daycare, we want to help you have peace of mind. Amanda Ferguson finds out how one Knox County daycare is keeping parents involved throughout the entire day.
Our main goal is making sure we have the eyes on the children at all times.
The director of the Children's Center of Knoxville, Brittany Carroll, wants parents to feel comfortable when dropping off their kids.
And that's what we are here to do, is to provide parents with a sense of comfort for their child, because ultimately these children are going to be spending 8 to 10 hours a day, typically with caregivers.
Some daycares provide the ability to see your child throughout the day. The Children's Center of Knoxville uses an app.
It is an app that allows us to communicate with parents throughout the day about the activities that they're doing. We're able to send pictures, videos, messages about what the child's doing. Did they take a nap? How well did they nap?
You can send a message, ask for an update, or request a picture any time of the day.
It creates an opportunity for the parents to feel like they have open communication with the teacher during the day while they're at work. You know, it sends it a little notification on their phone, and it keeps that line of communication open at all times.
These caregivers want to shut down all your worries while you're not there.
But if the parents are wanting that communication, they can.
In Knoxville, Amanda Ferguson, WVLT News.
While the Children's Center of Knoxville uses an app to message parents, Mud Pies and Music in Powell uses an app that gives parents a live look at their child through cameras. These papers are actually the violation history for every licensed daycare in Knox County. And if you read through these papers, you'll find alarming details of babies being put at risk. Experts say it is so important to do your research before choosing a daycare provider. You can actually get all this information online. We have a link on our website, WVLT.tv.
You click on the Find Child Care page. Then you can search by county, and from there you can even look up zip codes and it'll have a list. You click on Knox County, you click in the zip code, it'll have a list of names and locations of daycares. You'll be able to see the history of any complaints that may have been filed against each daycare or child care center. If you need to walk through all this again, or if you need the link, again, WVLT.tv, we have that info for you.